Hello, Craig.
Hello, Craig.
Fancy
So
Craig.
professional, Craig.
Now recording.
With the bow tie. We'll put Ren here. I am kind of at my desk, but I will probably leave to go grab a drink shortly.
It's all good. Okay, yeah. So, what do we do?
that is not my notes. That is one of the novels I've written like 2 scenes for.
Okay, so
Okay,
what time
notes.
is the
Yeah.
what time
much-
is the ball? That's the question.
Yes, that is a good question.
Yeah, what time we're balling?
It's in the evening.
Cool.
And you are in the morning of the day right now because last night everything went horribly wrong for Mouse and Frederick at
Poor Frederick.
Jeez, yeah.
at the City Watch station.
But, you know, heck of good timing on being there for that. Like,
There
okay,
is-
we're just
Yeah.
be there and then like
Oh, no.
talk. And...
Yeah.
So, it was
And like
That was
me,
an
who
example
showed up
of
at daily.
adjusting the timeline as we go, because I kind of figured whenever Mouse went to go over there, this was going to happen. I had kind of figured that
Oh,
with the
I'm
original
waiting.
timeline. Yeah, the original timeline, I kind of figured that what was going to happen is everybody else was going to be playing Siege Ball, and she was going to go try to sneak in while everyone was distracted by Siege Ball. And that's when all of that was going to happen. And then it just kind of got shoved into the forefront. Which is why our last game was like 90% me playing with my action figures. Instead
And all of us
Which
going,
was wonderful. I loved that session. That was so much fun.
I'm glad. I'm glad you guys are engaged enough that when it's mostly like NPC action, then like you're still there for
Still
it.
worked out so well.
Oh wait, just a quick side note. When Matt Mercer had like all the games like already taken care of, in the like victory pit or whatever it was called,
Yeah.
you just seem like in a room like like it's time for dinner. Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so you are at Kajazat's Sanctuary. It is the morning of the game, and it is the day before the elections in Gate, and this game is traditional, an exhibition game. You imagine that you will probably be set upon by promoters and such people that will come to make sure that you're okay before you actually play the game, assuming you choose to go through with it. If you do not choose to go through with the game, someone else will, like the second, they'll draw another name. So the game will go on whether you play or not.
Don't show
But-
up. That really weird.
Like it's basically the people will probably be seeking you out anyway, and they will confirm whether you actually are still up for it, and if you're not, they'll like draw another name and re-announce very quickly. It has happened before that somebody has had their a group has had their name put in as a joke or something like that, and then gotten drawn.
Nice.
And so they're aware that it's not always necessarily going to be as it was announced, but that's the plan at the moment. Kajrazat does say early in the morning on this day is just like, well, if you intend to go through with playing the game against the Astonishing Owlbears, I'm sure that there will be representatives here shortly. They'll ask around, ask where you're staying. They'll find out very quickly that you're staying here, and there will be people here to speak to you about it, to ensure that you're not crazy people. I recognize that in your line of work, you sort of have to be crazy people. But
A little bit of crazy is kind of required.
But they will.
I just see real life.
ensure that you're not going to be obsessive fans that are going to, for example, try to tackle Dale Marov on the field and just stay there, or that you're not going to be the sort of people that are going to try to kill the owl bears. It's people will be in to speak.
I imagine
with you.
Zafine being aghast at the very concept. How could you?
Yeah.
Probably what we're doing. Yeah, I never thought of that.
That's an option.
I dumped some of my dice sets out here, so I actually have dice
Woo!
that I have in the advanced dicing bag that I've been taking when we actually play. When I get to play D&D, like instead of just DMing.
2 sessions.
Woo!
Yeah, tomorrow we leveled up to level 5 by dying. Basically, I'm very excited.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Looking forward to that. But anyway,
nice. Sweet. Well, I am excited for whatever we do, but at all costs, I would love to play some Siege Bomb. So, yeah.
For what it's worth.
So what do we do about the like?
Scrying.
Yeah. So like, if we go after Frederick, what are we gonna do?
Well, they Conjures out in the morning. Last time he gave us the what's it called? He cast a spell on everybody, so they can't scry on us.
Non-detection.
Yeah, that's the one. So
Yeah.
for the next 8 hours, they can't scry on us.
Which might be enough time to just go give chase and do what we can, and then book it back to the game.
Yeah. We
Make curtain call.
But if we have to meet with promoter stuff,
Hey, Sameas.
We could just we could let Conrad or Sameas
Yeah, have him
be
be
our representative.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is our rep.
This is our
Yes, exactly.
oh goodness, you
here,
guys,
among
so sore.
among the chosen dice for today, I have 2 mystic dice sets that are
Woo!
potentially in play. So, if anything bad happens to you as a result of these dice, you can blame them on yourselves.
Responsibility.
Take that.
I do not need this die because this is an inspiration die that I got as a player. I'm going to put that back in there.
Nice.
I think I made a terrible dad joke. Me and our friend Alex in the new group, we tend to be the purveyors of dad jokes, and we sometimes get inspiration for those dad jokes.
That is glorious. That's great. Cool. All right. So
Which
how do
makes
we?
me think we usually don't play with inspiration like DM inspiration, but
No.
sometimes I think about it. Sometimes I think about whether I want to grant you guys inspiration for things that I find especially funny or just good role playing, or like anything like that. And I don't know. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but
You done?
Hey, extra attack
cool.
power. I'm always for that.
it's just like an inspiration
Incentive.
die. Basically, inspiration dice. It's just like if I am really impressed with something, I could give you a die of some size determined by me that you could use for attacks or any kind of check or damage or whatever you want. It just like it's a die that you can add to any roll, essentially.
Boost. Well, especially where we don't have Bard for bardic inspiration or anything like that.
Although Zafine is going to increasingly like
Have
more
that.
and more,
I forgot about that. Yep.
more and more be
Yep.
bard-ish because the
Yeah.
sorcerer subclass we created for Zafine is very bardish. So
Yes, very bardly.
Sarcasm
That's
included?
Bardley. I love it.
yeah.
Awesome. Okay. So let's see. Can't get straight on. So, Mouse, what do you think we should start? I mean, if we're gonna spend most of the day working on Frederick, because that's a life and death. 10 grand is 10 grand, but
I had to choke that one out a bit, buddy.
just Dusty in here.
Who's cutting onions?
Like the fact that they can't run for 8 hours is also can't like.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we have
Window of
ability to-
opportunity.
Yeah.
By the way, just you invite Tomato to be coming to that. Like there's that whole
you're
It's hard.
Um,
it's
fine.
Yasu and I'm assuming Tomati as well are gonna. They suggest you will kind of trying to notice of like if there's invisible globby thing of them trying to scry. Or that see invisibility?
I think you wouldn't be able to see a
Okay.
scrying thing
Yeah,
unless you have see invisibility
okay.
or something like it. Scrying's generally not obvious unless you are like really looking for it.
I wouldn't notice it anyway. So.
So,
And,
Khadrazad.
Khadrazat, I would say. I know Mouse has kind of been trying to keep the whole discussion of Frederick a little quiet. Khadrazat probably has picked up some of it to some degree. Like he's not super clear on the details, but at some point in the morning before anything really starts happening, Khadrazat does pull Mouse aside, and he says, "Look, it's none of my business. I know that this is your private matter, and I have no stake in it, and I intend no intrusion. But I have heard some of the discussion this morning. And forgive me for listening in, but I will say that if your friend is... it is perhaps unlikely, if you have any physical memento of your friend, if there is anything you associate with him, if there is any particular... something that belonged to him, or something, if you can describe him to me, I may be able to help you find his location, or at least narrow it down. My abilities are limited, but I must say that in the brief time that you and your friends have been here in Gate, you have done a great deal for me. And you have impressed me, and I would appreciate an opportunity to return the favor, if it is at all possible. Even in the absence of any such thing, I could make an attempt to scry, to see where your friend is, although I will be at a much greater chance of actually finding his location if there is anything you have. A lock of hair, perhaps. I know it's unlikely, but if there's anything I can do for you, I would wish to help you find your friend. He says, and if I'm overstepping my bounds, then forget I said anything, and I will continue to tend bar. I'll go back, and I will conveniently forget any of this. If any of the authorities ask about any of this, I've never met you.
No, I really appreciate it. And after our conversation's done, maybe then you could forget. But for now, that'd be great. So what do you? I don't know if I have any, but can I describe something? Like what kind of would I describe?
If you want to have anything, like if there's anything that Mouse would have, I'll let you have it. Even if we
Would
haven't,
Nip
like,
maybe
previously
have
talked
gotten
about
like
it,
some pocket lint while he was in his pocket?
That would be cool.
I could see most of it.
Yeah, like anything that belonged to Frederick, anything like even if it's something that has belonged to you mostly for years, but it once belonged to Frederick, that would also count. If you even feel that
Maybe
you
he
can
gave you
draw,
one of your daggers when you first started.
Oh yeah, maybe that would be cool.
yeah, even if you feel like you could even draw a picture that is reasonably, or have someone else draw a picture from your description that is reasonably accurate, a likeness of a picture.
Yeah,
would
could I
also
do
help.
a minor illusion of?
Yeah, that would give him a bonus to his scrying.
Make sure there's no anime eyes or.
It would.
Yeah.
I feel like if you would have given me.
Anime eyes.
Yeah, I feel like if you would have given me anything, it would have been like weapon or something, because like you were more like, even though she was a big crush on him, or more of a brother sister relationship.
Yeah.
It's not like you would have given me a necklace that I would have like.
Yeah.
It'd probably be weapons. So maybe one of my daggers was from him, and then I could use my heart vision.
You know, you can say that probably you'll get not necessarily as big a bonus if it's mostly been used by you for the last few years, but if it once belonged to Frederick, you will still get at least some bonus out of that. And the image using minor illusion will help as well. And so if you show him the dagger, you explain the circumstances, you show him a small minor illusion picture of what Frederick looks like, and those together will give, basically, they will be actually more of a, less of a positive towards him and more of a negative on Frederick's save against being scryed on because of the way scrying works. And, together those things will actually help a fair amount. I'm going to use, this is a mystic die. We'll see how this goes. On the save. Oh, Frederick rolled pretty well. Let's hope that will.
You're supposed to use the Mystic Die for us, not against us.
Minus, Alright, so Kadrazat, after he's listened to you for a few moments and he kind of tried to gather as much information from you as he can, he sits back and sort of leans back on his hands against the back bar, making sure that he is supporting himself. And you see his eyes go white. The color in his irises fades away, and his eyes just go flat white. And he shakes slightly as he seems to be perceptually traveling somewhere. And he describes in his vision to you, he says, beginning looking at all of Soretta, it would seem wherever he is, he's somewhere in Oromir.
What the?
And
Where's my map?
He says, I can't be certain of what city. The motion is too quick. But wherever he is, he's in a room. He's tied up in Oromir somewhere. He's being guarded, watched. The people that are watching him are low-level members of the Aegis, it would seem. No one important. He's not being guarded by those who would have stronger defenses. He's being guarded by the rank and file. He doesn't know where he is. He's unclear. He's very confused. He doesn't seem to have been hurt. And his Kadrazat's eyes come back into focus. The color fades back into them from the white. Unfortunately, that's all I can see. But Frederick is far away, I'm afraid. He is at least a few weeks' travel from here.
Oh.
What's that?
Thank you for telling us what you thought. I'll let everybody know.
I wish there was more I could do to assist. But I hope that whatever happens, you will be able to find your friend and you will be able to bring him back from these people. They're dangerous. That much I know.
Well, with the forgetting part, that.
Who are you?
Armor is like.
I switched. Hang on. I gotta step away for a minute. I'm still listening.
Yeah.
I'd be curious about it.
Yeah.
Maybe we should go talk to.
Who do you think we should go talk to?
Well, it'd be interesting to see like where that passage went, but to do that, we'd probably have to talk to Garen.
Yeah.
I also say that
And
stop by the jail cell and see if he has like hair or like anything that like fell off.
yeah, or if they had like taken away some of his things, like a police people would like, these are your possessions that you don't get to keep while you're in jail. That might have a better scrying result for when we do go after him.
So the jail? Hello!
I'm still here. Sorry.
Yeah. Well,
Monty, wake up! Come on.
I can't. I'm asleep. I'm still drunk. Hang on.
Don't say that out loud, he'll make you roll.
perhaps it might be easier to get Garen's assistance with this after all of the heavy load of the game and the election. Maybe a day or so after that, we might be able to get more of his attention and help with that if he's weeks away. Right? We could hire someone to go get him for us.
I'd still be interested in trying to like see if his jail cell has like leftover hair or something, or if like get his stuff.
Or where that path went.
Yeah, and we can check that out too. Like,
That would be good. That would be cool.
I'd be curious what kind of magic thing got them there in the first place.
But I guess my wondering is, will that not be there? Like, is that a time-sensitive thing to go and get that information if it's built into the station?
Based on what you've heard, Zafine, just make an insight check real quick for me, and I'll see if see how you're feeling about this.
Oh, this. So that's a 21.
Nice. So, Zafine, you are very worried that whoever is working within the City Watch station that is on the side of the Aegis, that they're going to cover their tracks as quickly as possible.
That's such a good point.
Like, it seems pretty logical to you that their first instinct would be to try to make sure that anyone who might have witnessed it would not be able to sell them out, essentially. And so they're going to be, probably as soon as they possibly can, they're going to try to fill in every hole. They're going to try to make sure that secret passages are blocked off and that there's nothing there, that anything that anyone might have seen could be they're going to try to take away anything incriminating about themselves. At least that's your instinct.
That is my instinct. We need to go right now.
I was going to say, the
They
faster
are
the
going
better.
to cover that up. Because that's what I was thinking the whole time.
Hoof, hoof.
Yeah.
Plus, if there's any magical residue on any of that, then that's going to show up as well. And the
Right.
longer you wait on that, it's going to fade.
we just food for
Yeah.
thought. Since
What's that, Chris?
Since the guy who tried to assassinate one of the politicians is escaped, they might try and since the elections are tomorrow. You might want to act fast. the
But this is my different.
yeah. So, a lot of the
I wanted to stay with my headphones.
big game. Yes.
Yes.
I will be right back.
So yeah, we should go there and see what we can see right away. Yes. Because we can do that in the morning. Let Kadrazad say, yeah, they're out on some business this morning, but they are game. You're
Speaking
muted,
of-
Daniel.
Well, it's
You're
playing.
muted, or you.
I am muted. Sorry.
There you go.
Listen, the game's afoot. Oh! Dang it! He wasn't listening. All right, everybody, save your reaction for whenever David comes back, and I'll get an inspiration dice. Just kidding.
Like, oh,
Just kidding.
great.
I'm not pulling that one out of the bag ever again. Okay, that's a lie. Guarantee I will. That back over there. Everybody see my cool Thulu?
Yes.
I was gonna put a red top hat on him tonight, but I forgot.
My blonde is starting to show through again. Kind of makes it look like I'm graying or balding.
I'm balding. I'm also really hyper at the moment too, so.
Welcome back.
I'm just like really nervous.
Sorry about the interruption.
Yeah, so who else is playing in the game? 'Cause
Me,
there's
me.
5 of us, right?
Yeah, 5 players. Kadrasat said he would be willing last time. I don't know if that's going to change with him doing whatever he's doing, but
Yes, he wants
That
to.
would be pretty cool.
If there's room.
Because there are 5 players right now. Like,
I was-
players.
I wasn't here to practice though.
that's right. It's really easy to
Me
catch
either.
on.
It's really easy.
You just hit the ball. You roll for an attack, then you roll how much damage. David does all the calculations and sends it flying in a direction. That's
You
about
hit
it.
it, and it tells you what happened.
Yeah, if anyone needs any help, there are a couple of actions that we did not really play with as much last time that I would need to go over, but the whole thing is pretty simple to explain.
Sweet.
Probably the additional actions that are available to you in a Siege Ball game that you would mostly need to know are there is the block action, which basically is just like you dig in your heels, you hold your ground, you get advantage on any check or saving throw you make to resist being moved against your will. You can use your reaction to attack any ball that moves within 5 feet of you. And if the ball is within 5 feet of you, creatures that you choose get disadvantage on attack rolls against it while you're blocking.
Ooh.
And there's the follow action, where you basically choose a creature you can see within 10 feet, and when that creature moves, you attempt to follow behind it, moving up to your base speed while remaining the same distance between yourself and the lead creature for the duration of the movement. So if you want to
Nice.
try to like stay on someone's tail or stay close to somebody, you can take the follow action. And let me see here. I think let me see. If the ball gets hit in your direction, I think you still get an opportunity attack as normal, even if you're not blocking. But I might be wrong about that.
List of these.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm not worrying about it. I didn't go to the practice either, and I mean, once we're playing, we'll figure it out, and it won't be a problem.
Well,
Yes.
I have Rocket League on 2 systems, and I have never played an actual match of it. I have played with
Nice.
I have it on Steam and I have it on PS4, and I've never actually played a real match because I don't like people. So,
We played it with my brother online, and it's just funny fun.
Yeah.
Nice.
It reminds me, I was gonna say earlier, Daniel, we will have to play Overwatch sometime now that I actually have
Yeah.
it.
It'll be fun.
Even at, like, I'll probably just play a healer or support or something.
We love
because-
healers and support. I am
Yeah.
the suicide bomber, so
Yeah.
Leroy Jenkins is my pseudo name. Yeah.
I will probably not like try my first time out to play Wrecking Ball because that sounds insanely complicated.
It's pretty rough. Even though
Super
there's
cool, but
pretty fun. We usually do random, so you just like tossed in with whatever character you have, and everybody's terrible, so it's great.
yeah.
The best way to play.
And, like, that's what I'll do. I'll either be support or healer, or I'll be a tank. I'll just be Reinhardt, and I'll put up a shield, and like I'll yell in a German accent, and that will be my game.
Works for me.
Anyway, let's see. I'm trying to figure out if we. Yeah, I think the way it works is that if you don't take the block action, you don't get a reaction to hit the ball unless the ball is actively going to hit you. I think it's like
Okay, so if it's going past you, then you wouldn't get a reaction.
If it's going to hit you, you get a reaction to basically use an opportunity attack and try to redirect it. If it's not going to hit you, if it's just going to go past you, then you don't get a reaction unless you are actively taking the block action on your turn. I think that's the way it works. And ultimately, I mean, we can kind of house rule this. It's our game. We can do what we want. But like, I'm just,
It's our siege ball.
But yeah, so I've got rules at the ready if I need to explain stuff to any of you. If you decide to go ahead and play the game, I am.
Yeah, I saw that one. You melt the dice.
I'm sorry.
It's all good. You're doing amazingly well for just coming off a cold. So
yeah,
I'm very impressed. I am a big wuss and do not do that great.
Yeah.
Man flu.
So the Emerald Wing will field, and maybe we should go do investigation at the police office station.
Yeah.
The mace is gonna stay behind and start
doing what?
Playing with his guns.
Yeah, he's just gonna kind of like start drawing plans for a new gun, and
so before any of you are actually really able to settle in on whatever you're doing for the day, the first of the promoters and whatnot actually make their way into Kadrazat's sanctuary.
this goes along to
Actual promoters.
Yeah,
I just stand in the background folding arms.
Yeah, this is, by all accounts, probably the single shadiest human being you have ever seen in your life. Is like
I love him already.
he's got like the sort of like the mustache that a 17-year-old that can't quite really grow facial hair yet, but is really trying. He's got that on his face. He's definitely in his late 20s or early 30s, but he's still got like the teen stash going on. He is he's wearing glasses with a sort of like lightly tinted glass that don't totally hide his eyes, and he is looking like in all directions at any given time. He does not hold his gaze on anything for longer than maybe a quarter of a second. He's just kind of like looking around, making sure that he knows where everything is. He is. He's got a spot on his belt that Jasu, you definitely recognize, is conspicuously absent of thieves' tools, but it is like the design of this belt. It very much looks like someone who is accustomed to carrying thieves' tools, and the pouches that they carry it in, the way that it looks, like both Jasu and Mouse very much recognize this design. That, like, this is a guy who he should be breaking into a house somewhere. Instead, he's here to talk to you. Like, he's he has this kind of like slightly sunken eyes, very mousy brown hair, and he comes in. He looks around and he's just like, I'm looking for the Emerald Wing. I assume they're in here somewhere. And a few people kind of point to you, and makes his way over. He's like, sorry to bother you. I represent the promoters for the game, for tonight's exhibition game of Siege Ball against the Astonishing Owlbears, and I understand that you are the group that have been chosen to face off against the Astonishing Owlbears.
Yes.
All right. Good to meet you. He seems very insincere. You don't buy it for a second. It's just like, good to meet you, whatever. Like, it's just like, so listen, you look like an adventuring party. I understand the sort of people that you are, and I'm sure that you're very good, slaying monsters and collecting bounties and pulling kittens out of trees and so on. But this is professional level Siege Ball. Some people think that because the Owlbears have a focus on showmanship and working a crowd for the sponsors, that means they're not a real Siege Ball team, or that they're somehow lacking in the fundamentals of the sport. But I assure you, that could not be further from the truth. They're almost certainly among the finest living players, and every one of them would rank highly, even if you included the dead in that category. And I don't mean including the dead like Grok and his team. They do this for a living. And on top of that, they're so good that they put on a show at the same time as they play at the very highest level. The audience will root for you for maybe 5 or 10 minutes, for a little while, because you're the underdogs here. But the Owlbears are so good that they can take the underdog out behind the woodshed and put a crossbow bolt through its sweet, bleeding, watery little left eye and still get the audience to cheer. These are apex predators. They will toy with you for a little while for the show of it, and the next thing you know, you'll be swearing you just had a throat a second ago and you don't know where it went. The only way you have a chance against the Owlbears is if you blitz them before they warm up. And I don't know if you're that good. Are you that good? Please tell me.
Well, we're gonna try at least.
We beat
That's
the dead
adorable.
guys.
What was that?
We beat the dead guys.
There were only 3 of us.
It's like,
No,
it's like,
I
oh,
went for 4 of us.
you've played with Grok. That is not a strong recommendation. It's just like, look, I just want you to know that if you're going to play this game, if you're going to go up against the Astonishing Owlbears, you need to understand the fact that you will lose. You will not get the 10,000 gold prize. We will provide you with a consolation prize, but no one is going to beat the Owlbears at their own game on their own turf. Speaking of their own turf, it is less their own turf than usual, actually, a slight advantage to you. As it turns out, sometime during the night, there was vandalism, some sort of vandalism. The standard field was, lots of holes were dug in the standard field, and as such, you will not be playing in the usual standard field. The game, if it is to take place with you, will take place in Pinnacle Gardens. It's a privately owned arena. A bit unusual, different shape than perhaps the regulation rules usually operate with. There are some teleportation squares, some unusual geometry. It's not the usual field, but something that you could play with. It's still a very interesting field for certain. The Owlbears have played on it a couple of times, but mostly in private exhibition games. Most of the thing. A little unfamiliar to them, which means that you might actually have some advantage on that front. But I assure you, in spite of that slight advantage, you are not going to beat the astonishing Owlbears in tonight's game, no matter how hard you play. I appreciate that you may, in fact, be very skilled players of Siege Ball, but you are not professionals. You are adventurers, and your area of expertise is not this area. So please prepare yourselves. We would appreciate it if you, when you lose, if you did not burst into tears. Very embarrassing, very sad, really. We've had a couple of teams do that in past years. It's been, it's not, the audience doesn't like it. If you could avoid doing that, we would certainly appreciate it. I'm not saying.
Do you ever stop
We're not going to
talking?
Stop you. No, I'm not going to say that.
This is the advanced
Oh, wow! I've never heard so much bullcrap in my life!
Thank you. He says, look, I'm sorry, I haven't introduced myself. My name is Delrin. I am a promoter for the Siege Ball League. And
Inside check.
go ahead.
Please, can I do it?
Sure.
I don't need to inside check this dude. He's full of crap.
Yeah, he seems to be here to
18.
He seems like don't cry, I'm prepping you for this, but he's here to emotionally beat
Psychological
down.
warfare.
21.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
21, you said?
Yeah.
Nice.
I got 18. I thought I got 21.
Yeah, both of you, you can tell, this guy he's definitely very accustomed to telling lies. You get that in, that sense from him. He is a shady character all the way across the board. But you're actually pretty sure that he's not lying to you about being from the board. That he's actually, he actually does represent officially.
This is his day job.
Yeah, you do get the impression that he is not lying to you about that at the very least. And you do get the impression as well that he's being sincere about the level of skill you're going up against. And Rin in particular, you've seen some of the Harlem, the Harlem Globetrotters type games of the Astonishing Owlbears. You get, these guys are showmen for sure, but there is probably no one else alive on this continent that is as skilled as these people are at Siege Ball.
Zafine is totally a hardcore Dane Altier fan girl. I mean, she knows.
Yeah.
Nobody beats Dane. Dane. Nobody beats Dane.
Yeah. Dame Altia.
Dame, yes, Altier.
Yeah.
But what a privilege to have the experience.
You know that some people do kind of disregard them because they're very showy. But you also are aware that even if you took the greatest players of the sport in the past and put them up against this team, you feel like they'd be challenged. Dame Altia and Dale Marov, the hair. These two in particular, everyone on the team is very skilled, but Dale Marov and Dame Altia are probably some of the finest Siege Ball players who have ever lived in the history of the sport. They are among the very great. These are we're talking the Michael Jordan and the Serena Williams of the sport, basically. You are the Serena and Venus Williams kind of.
Nice.
These are people that you know that if you're going to play against these people, that you are going to be outclassed. They are.
Ref.
Yeah.
I'm fairly certain this guy's attitude just makes me don't underestimate us just because of our career of choice.
Well, and it's even what's the point of his spiel? I mean, Yes, of course. We know what we're getting into, but why are you bringing this?
Yeah. Why are you trying so hard
What's the point?
to tell us that we're losers?
And he's actually going to make his own insight check at you guys to kind of see how you're taking this. He rolled very well for that, by the way.
Okay.
But he kind of just gauges that you are gauging him. And it's just like, look, you're probably wondering why it is that I'm telling you all of this. And the primary reason is that I'm sizing you up. In case you hadn't gathered that much, I want to make sure that none of you are going to, try to strip Dale Marov's clothes off of him on the field, which I'm sure that the female members of the audience and a few of the men would still be very appreciative of. But that none of you are going to try to stab Dame Altia or anything like that. Unfortunately, we have had some nasty characters in the past. They're not that, honestly, anyone that tries to stab Dame Altia, really, they probably deserve what's coming.
Who would have a chance?
Anyway. It's just like it's not going to work out well for them. But we still try to avoid the attempts along the way. You understand? It's just like, mostly I want to know that you understand what you're getting into, and that you understand where you're coming from, and that you don't expect, and that you're not going to be horribly broken if things don't go your way.
I'm already horribly broken, so...
You came to the right group.
This is an experience to
Daddy issues is
rival
all you had to
experience.
say, Terry. Sorry.
Dang, too close to home. It's like half my backstory right there.
Yeah.
Issues. That's all you have to say.
Go figure.
It's like, look, I'm not going to try to lie to you. I'm not on your side. I'm not on their side. Not on anyone's side that isn't handing me money. I don't care what happens in the game tonight. I don't care if you walk away with the 10,000 gold prize. I don't care if you surprise everyone. I just want to point out to you that the Owlbears haven't lost one of their exhibition games in over 30 years, whether it is with this lineup or with previous lineups. And that this lineup is very likely one of the best that the team has ever had. And I do want you to adjust your expectations accordingly. That's all I'm saying. You may be very impressive. Even if this is not your normal field, I understand that, in fact, there are some people who surprise us. We've had adventuring parties and such, and even private, groups of... There was a group 6 years ago, entirely made up of fathers, all of them in their 40s. And they, in fact, put up one of the strongest defenses against the Owlbears that we've seen in many years. That's not the point. I don't care how you do. I don't care if you win. I don't care if you lose. It makes no difference to me. The people paying me pay me the same amount one way or another. My point is that I don't want you to be in over your heads. I don't want you to feel that you are being taken advantage of. Some people have tried to play the card of, we didn't know what we were getting into. We didn't understand that this was going to be so difficult. These are professional siege ball players. And you are a parent-teacher conference organization. You're a group of... it's, this sort of thing.
I just walk away.
He pays no mind. He does not care.
I didn't think you would.
Yeah.
Why do you leave on me a drink?
You got it.
Thank you.
My point is that you are playing against professional players, and if you're going to be sore losers, we really don't want to deal with complaints. We really don't want to deal with arguments. We're not going to take you seriously if you lose this and then claim that you were cheated out of your money, because, quite frankly, we have very little confidence in your ability. I mean that in the least personal sense I can possibly mean it. I'm sure you're capable. However, we don't want bombings of the Oddwin's Finest Brewing Company building. There has been one particular situation in which we had to remove some explosive devices after a team lost, and lost poorly to the Owlbears. My point is, we don't want to assume that you are dangerous. You're probably going to lose, and that's fine, but we just don't want you to try to hurt anyone. Is that understood? Are we clear here?
I'm pretty sure we're clear, especially because if we did have some sort of complaint, we'd probably have to talk to you again, and you've really made that something we don't want to do.
Yeah.
So mission accomplished.
Yeah. He looks at you for a moment with this kind of like, he half squints, and he's just like, thank you. I appreciate that. That makes my job much easier, because frankly, I don't want to talk to you idiots any more than I have to either.
We'll see you. We'll not see you later.
Good. Please, enjoy your game. Don't shoot anyone. Goodbye.
During this time, is it possible to roll a sleight of hand while...
Are you going to try to pickpocket him?
Oh, please do it!
I'm gonna turn around now and go the other way.
I come back with my drink, and I'm
That's-
trying to sneak a Red Dragon special to Rin.
Oh!
Yeah, make your sleight of hand check. It's opposed by his perception.
I was thinking more...
That's- I mean, what are you doing? We can...
I was originally going to do like Unseen Servant and try and tie his shoelaces together.
Nice.
It'd still be... I'd still give you a sleight of hand on that. Maybe with advantage because it's Unseen Servant.
Yes!
If Mouse noticed, because if she did, she could be like assist with her maybe.
Or you could just...
Cause a slight distraction.
Or you could just...
It's like distracting, like...
Yeah, or I could distract him by like touching his hair.
Should have Loki do the owlbear cry, just give him out. Yes!
How much chaos can we run?
Okay, well...
The poor sponsor guy, you jerk.
Okay.
Let's do it.
23 on sleight of hand.
23. Holy cow.
23 on sleight of hand.
Yeah. I'm sorry he rolled a 29 on his perception.
Oh!
Holy crap!
So basically, he sees that. Oh, my voice is going out because of this cough. Sorry, but he sees whatever is happening. He kind of senses it, and he moves enough out of the way, and just kind of midstream while he's talking and all of this, it's just like, whichever one of you is trying to tie my shoelaces together with some manner of magic, it would be much appreciated if you would stop that. And if you don't, that's fine. I'm sure you'll be very amused when I trip on my way out of here. I hope you'll be amused, and I'm sure that will be very edifying for you when the owlbears eat your faces off of your skeletons later tonight. Please enjoy your game.
Yeah, the second he opens the tavern door to leave, like, on Loki, like, owlbear called just.
Yeah, he jumps at it a little bit. It does take him. Yeah.
He's a bit neurotic.
And he looks back. He looks back at you and smiles, and waves. It's just like, I hate you. I hope I never speak to any of you again.
And I just ran the whole time. Bye.
I'm sorry. I'll be back again.
No worries.
Ooh, that means I'm gonna put a break. Be right back.
Dang,
Break.
Using that voice.
Impressive.
Oh, okay.
Not great.
Oh, great.
Oh, it's over here.
Into the PlayStation. We wanted to do this.
I'm so excited.
That's-
This is gonna be fun.
I thought he was gonna try and get us to leave him money to
I didn't know what he was gonna do. I just know he was just kept talking. I'm like, yeah.
Such a great accent, though, he did.
As much fun as I love listening to David talk, I'm like, yeah, I'm done with this conversation. All he's trying to do is psych us out so we're off our game. Natural 20.
Man, I rolled an 18 for that. That's
Ah, gee.
You know what we should have insight checked him is where he's like, I don't care if you win or lose. They pay me the same. Like, really? Dude,
No, I
That
totally,
would've been
I totally think he's
interesting.
telling the truth on that one.
yeah.
He's slimy enough that's how he makes his money. The pickpocketing and the break-ins that he does on the side, I'm sure, are just because he can. And he's got enough
After
connections.
that, we've got like a Ganlin short halt kind of situation on our hands.
Burt Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds.
Turning it small.
Yeah. Yeah, it's either that or he has it's just enough connections that no matter what trouble he gets into, he gets out of it anyway. So
Yeah.
either way, you're just like,
I'm using my demon's blood set.
nice. Mystic Dice, tonight's sponsor.
Mystic Dice.
Yeah, that's right.
I gotta find my Mystic Dice. I thought I had them right there next to me.
In my bag, I think it's all of my dice from Con. And where did the bag go?
Oh, I found them!
I had my bag. Oh, it's here, right here.
How many sets do you guys have?
Oh gosh, let me think.
Of dice
got
or?
this from you. I've gotten.
There's so many dice.
I think I've got 2 from Daniel so far.
Yeah. Okay.
We got 2. I think I got 2 from our blind bag thing that we ordered one time. I bought one while we were dating, and I bought one at Comic-Con. How many is that?
I'm back.
Mm.
8 plus some random D20s.
Wow.
Everyone's stats will take care of that.
Oh, plus we bought that set of 20, so 28.
Yeah.
It has 20 sets in it?
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's just a big bag of dice. It's awesome.
And you have the ones coming from Kraken Dice, right?
Yeah, we've got those sets coming.
So excited.
That'll be like
I have 2 of
probably
those, and
early
you
next
have
year.
2 of those, I think.
Can't wait.
What just
I also want to point out that although Delrin does he does try to get the last word on his way out, not only does he jump at the owlbear screech, but when he turns to kind of give his last word, he comes about this close to tripping, and you see him stumble on his way out,
Nice.
and
Ah,
he tries to walk out with some sense of dignity, and it doesn't work super well. It's,
Yeah.
that's all the joy we're getting is just tormenting the promoter. That's
Yeah.
it.
I'm actually more happy that you noticed.
yeah, if
We
you're
lose horribly, but we should tormented that promoter.
You know, like as the day goes on, if you're still there, like promoters are just kind of filing in and out. None of them are quite as shady as Delrin, but like a bunch of them are definitely just kind of obnoxious bureaucrats. And you're dealing with a lot of red tape, and you're signing things to ensure that you take responsibility if anyone comes to any harm during the game, and that, like, you know, that kind of thing. Just so that you're not going to be, you know, you're not going to be sketchy. Is basically what they're trying to ensure.
Sure.
Because the Astonishing Owlbears are a big name, and they are sponsored by a big brand, and so you're just kind of jumping through hoops for a good chunk of the day. And if you want to just kind of wander off and escape a lot of it, you can probably leave poor Sameus to deal with a lot of that.
He can deal with the posh nights, and we'll go off and do whatever.
Yeah. He needs to figure out when we need to be at the thing.
Yeah, everyone has been pretty clear on the fact that the game is supposed to begin around 7 o'clock, and that you are meant to be there around an hour before that, at least, so that you can be prepping and getting set up.
Can I see if I sneak in the red dragon?
Sure.
Jerk.
Roll,
What'd you get? What'd you get?
roll a sleight of hand against her perception.
What'd you get?
So I roll perception or my passive?
Yes, it is. It's well, passive perception, I guess. You're not actively looking for this.
Mr. Paranoid.
I rolled a natural 19 plus 3.
Crap.
Oh boy. Well, let me just look up my table real quick.
I'll get out my D100.
We're bad blood! Woo!
Feel the power.
Go ahead and roll that, and we'll figure it out once I actually find my... Oh, I'm sorry. My voice. I sound like I'm dying.
You sound great.
Look at my voice, David. Bravo for that sleazy promoter guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy has been floating around for a few weeks where I'm just like, you'll deal with Delrin when you get there.
Yeah, imagine this being like halfway through Delrin's conversation. It's like, yeah, here's your drink.
Yeah. All right, let's see.
Rude.
I figured we got a couple hours for you to wear it off.
Better hope so.
He can carry you if
Oh,
not.
I'm so excited. Thanks for all the owlbear screeches ever.
I hope my I hope my voice is not like destroyed tomorrow night when I have to be playing a half orc.
It'll just sound really good.
Or maybe
Yeah, I roll to attack.
Yeah. I don't normally sound like this. Like this isn't my character voice. This is just how I sound.
hello, little child.
Yeah.
The other voice was one I made up. This was me. Dang, now I want to play a half orc.
Like my character is I'm half orc, but I'm also half elf.
Yeah.
So I'm like I have
Refined
and I
orc.
try to keep that real quiet because in our setting that is like super taboo. So
Excellent.
I'm like,
Love it.
all right, let's see.
I'm so excited for this.
Let's roll on. You know what? I guess I could have you roll, but this is like a much bigger thing. I'll probably just have this roll on its own.
Oh, I did roll. I got a 6.
You got a what?
46?
Yeah. Okay. Well, this is like a list of 10,000 things, so I will probably just let it roll on its
Yeah.
own.
Good.
We'll let the randomness come from it, and we'll.
That's more fitting, actually, because I don't know what's coming. For it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jerk.
I'm
Okay. So you take a sip of your drink, and within a few seconds, you realize that your cloak is clattering as if it was metal. And
Oh dear.
so all of your clothes clatter like metal when you move. And this lasts. Your character doesn't know this. Like Rin is not aware of this. But this lasts until Rin has spent an entire night naked and unprotected in snow.
No more stealth for you. Oh my god. Whoa. Now we have two Samases.
Actually,
Congratulations on making Rin clanky until she spends the night naked in the snow.
it's
I guess it's fall. It should be winter before too long.
What's great is all these smells that's happened to us have always been just like,
Oh,
Yeah, in and out, in and out. All of a sudden,
oh,
yes.
okay. 2 minutes.
At least to make that a little better, I will say that Rin's arcane knowledge, she'll at least be able once a day to make an Arcana check to be able to know if she is aware of what she needs to do to make that go away. Like it is,
sure.
you only get one roll a day. Go ahead and make your first Arcana check.
Roll good.
All those freaking owlbear screams. Yes!
20.
What's that?
20.
That's good. It's not good enough. I'm sorry. You don't know. You don't know that you have to spend a night naked in the snow. One of these nights, though, you will know that you have to just strip down and hang out near the fire long enough to.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Oh, my heck. I'm trying to even think of
They're
what
gonna-
down.
Got to order.
That will basically be treated as disadvantage on all stealth rolls the same way as it would be if you were wearing heavy armor until such time as you figure out that you need to strip down and not naked in the snow.
Oh, I'm so happy right now.
Oh,
It took
my
me a year,
God.
but I finally got both you back. Thank you.
Oh, my heck.
How soon are we gonna hear it? Like, are we gonna hear it?
How come this word is Loki?
That's a good
I'm
question.
sorry. I'm sorry. That's beautiful.
I broke the DM at the same time.
If you're going to give out that inspiration die, by the way,
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah, you know what? D20 inspirations. To Tamati. Save that up until you need it.
It's black nickel with blue numbering. That's a good one.
For the cold, bitter night that Rin will endure someday when she
Yeah.
finds out.
So that's D20. You can add that to any check, any damage, any attack, anything, whatever you want.
Yes.
If there is a roll You can add a d20 to it if you want to. Whether or not I have announced that it is a failure or not, you
Sweet.
can just add that in whenever you want. That is free for
excellent.
you to use. And like, if I
Yay.
announce that something is a failure and you still want to adjust it, I'll let you take that. That is single use.
It's a boss beater right there.
Okay.
Woo!
So do we hear it right away? Like Rin starts making this noise?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I
So
Clink,
now
clink, clink,
goes up and be like, "Hey, Rin, how are you feeling? Like you feeling okay?"
Yeah.
I'm totally on the ground, just laughing my butt off.
Yeah.
Tamari,
Yeah. She's very, very suddenly very clanky. It is just.
Just checking. Just I just wanted to ask how you were feeling. So.
and it's disadvantage on stealth.
Disadvantage on stealth rolls, yes. It is treated the same way as if you were wearing heavy armor.
Oh man, I can refer to this one for a long time.
I have a feeling I know the next be animated.
Oh man, this would be great. I don't know how to animate that. That's fantastic. Woo!
Just
And that's where the animation went. I know the next thing to be animated.
I know the next thing.
That's wonderful.
I look over and find we're never gonna be able to sneak anywhere now, right?
Sure.
I have silence. It's fine.
That's better than like the effect that I rolled right after it on the same table was like if you draw a weapon, you are stricken with intense fear until you've spent the entire night at the bottom of a lake. So be glad you didn't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, this is manageable. That's true.
It's around
What
Yeah,
season
I
is
can
it?
cast silence or
That's
can
like
cast
fall.
it on me. Something.
Could have been much worse.
It's
Yeah.
like late fall. In essence, it is. What did we figure out?
isn't it fallish?
What's that?
It's in essence like November. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Chill mark.
we're in.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Yeah. It's like the full calendar.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
What?
Because I have nothing better to do with my time.
You have to post that.
I did.
He did post that quite a while ago. That was some time ago. I don't remember how long it was.
But you actually got it
All my
printed.
characters' birthdays.
Yeah, I was really bored at work one day and nobody was around. I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
there's chill mark, and I've even got notes on it. Woo!
Oh my gosh, that is so cool.
I'm
Let's
a
see.
nerd. Okay.
What day we're on? I don't even remember what day we're on. I should start keeping track of this.
I started keeping track tonight. I'm like, yes, yesterday was whenever, and then tomorrow is the official. We are on chill mark 6, Coors Day.
Because chill mark 7th is when the elections
Election.
take place.
Yep.
I actually have a sheet that I should probably put into like a page on Roll20 that is for track and day
That's fine.
track. I should use that.
Man, I'm so excited.
Oh, sorry guys.
That's the first roll with my werebear dice ever.
Yay!
Do well.
My throat hurts a little bit. I hope that is not a
Sorry.
trend. It's not your fault.
Laughing that hard at anything can kill anybody's throat.
It's just like having a cough like this and talking a lot and everything
Yeah.
adds up.
Yeah.
I feel like mine is starting to close.
I'm like, so if I sound like I'm just like a chronic smoker from New York, that's why.
It's the voice of the announcer for the rest of the game.
If I start to sound like Harvey Firestein, if I start to like the, if I turn into Yao from Mulan and just like,
Sorry then.
yeah.
I put it under magical
I
items.
start to
because
talk
I
like
don't know what else
this.
I'm gonna put.
I am Yao, king of the rock, and there's nothing you girls can do about it.
Girls can do that.
So excited.
Still makes me laugh that Harvey Firestein also, like, in addition to voicing Yao, he in one episode of How I Met Your Mother, he voices Lily when she starts smoking again. Like, she picks smoking back up.
That
And
is
so
awesome.
For the course of that episode, they have dubbed her voice with Harvey Firestein.
That's
So
glorious.
She just sounds like this for the entire episode. Wonderful.
Oh, I love it.
Wonderful.
All right.
To the police.
Yes.
The DC for that Arcana check is 25. Then.
Yep, it was a rough one.
Yeah,
All
let's
right.
escape these promoters and get over
Let's
to the station.
Let's get somewhere
Oh!
else.
Before we leave, real quick, I want to say to Mouse, hey, do you still have that magic cloak that we picked up somewhere? That we all, like, were trying out?
Yeah, let me. And then she just like sticks her head.
Jesse kind of closed her eyes like, it's my cloak.
That is what, Elzix?
I'm just imagining that, like, Mouse is just, like, reaching into her cleavage here. Just like,
Somewhere.
just like, do you have a TARDIS in there? Like, where did you get that?
But, maybe you should have Contrazot look at it.
No, it's just a bra holding. You can keep their cell phone.
Bravo holding. You magical item. Oh dear.
Sign me up.
The bra holding is now canon.
Yes.
I want one. I want one.
Oh man.
Oh man. So good.
When we talked about recruiting.
The perfect bra and your entire inventory. All in one.
Carry everything you need in your bra.
You've never been supported like this before.
You don't even need a purse anymore. I mean,
Please make stats for this. I want it.
It's canon. It's canon.
Oh man, I gotta have to start like making commercials or something.
The whole marketing campaign.
Like, TV spots for the Owlbear versus Emerald Wing.
Kind of like this.
Sunday. This year's sponsor, Bra Holding.
Remember the
Yeah, like the Slayer's take exactly.
Prize is all of the girls get a bra folding.
And Secret Sumagus has one too.
He's such a mixed up character.
I don't just.
I do every time I look at him.
Really need support for those robot boobs that he has. Just like no one knew.
Holy crap!
It's gotta go somewhere.
Oh my heck. I just imagine someone reaching into their bra and like pulling out this sword now.
Just like, yeah, drawing a weapon or just like something really huge that should not fit there. Just,
Use mace.
I just see this man like reloading his gun, like reach in, reload, reach in, reload.
That's where he got. That's how he got his rifle in. It wasn't
There
in
you
his
go.
skirt.
It's like, I feel like I read about this in a book, and pulls out like a gigantic tome that is like just.
Oh, it's so good. Ooh. Wow, that was good.
Oh. I can't deal.
Ooh, man. All right, where we headed to?
I'll scrub the clothes.
Oh, that's right. Okay, we're heading to the police station.
Whoa.
Clink, 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 clink. I'm probably clicking a few times because my shirt moves, my cloak moves, my jeans, like my pants move. So,
You just sound like a tank going through.
no, don't be right back.
Yeah, it's very loud.
So
He's gonna go get tinfoil.
we didn't do anything with the cloak.
Yeah, giving Kadrazat the Elzic's cloak. Is that what we're doing?
Man,
That's what I sell from now on.
Jangly keychain.
I'm like, hey, wait, where's Rin? Oh, wait, I can hear her. Never mind.
You'll never lose Rin.
On the upside, it will be easier for you to get over this because you'll probably get so tired of the clanking that you'll just strip to sleep one of these nights and it'll happen.
I can't handle it. I don't clank in the shower. I just gotta escape.
All day long. I'm sick of it.
But like, you hear it or?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody hears it. Yeah.
Everyone hears it.
I thought like you didn't hear it, but everybody else.
That's what I thought too.
Oh.
That will also be funny, but
Like, man, you are so loud today. I'm trying.
I think it'd be funny if like nobody told her at first, and she's like, "What?"
yeah.
I probably actually at the end of today I'll be like, I just can't take it anymore.
This is the beginning of breaking Rin.
how did she?
This is the point where she got
Yeah,
handle it.
Oh,
We'll
man.
get you some earmuffs.
Which will
But you'll like that. That'll be perfect.
they'll every time they move too, and I'll be like, ah!
Louder.
As they're walking, Samaeus goes up. Miss Rin, are you wearing armor now?
No, freaking gave me a red dragon special. I don't know if it can go away.
Well, welcome to being encased in metal. As he like hits his like heavy armor.
Kung, kung. I just,
When is it supposed to snow?
Yeah.
about
Also
6 months.
define unprotected because
Yeah, like snow may or may not come to Gate. Gate is a little more moderate in terms of weather than a lot of places are, but like if you travel outside of Gate, you'll run in, it's the time of year that you'll run into.
We're going south to Kaidan, right?
Yeah.
what?
Where Gate is kind of partially surrounded by mountain, it ends up being kind of having a climate of its own.
Nice.
That it doesn't tend to be quite as cold or as hot here during different parts of the year as it is elsewhere. But if you travel anywhere else, you will pretty quickly encounter snow at this time of year. It's basically November, so you'll. So it's.
Curse you, Kevin.
Worshipping a trickster god is paying off. So happy.
Yeah. Like, in retrospect, that's so perfect that it is.
Right?
Like,
Play a prank on me without.
Full way, the
Well
trickster
done.
god. I love you. Yep.
The PlayStation.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay.
We'll just-
Montage.
I guess we should also, just in case, have Rin make a Constitution check, Constitution save, to see
Oh,
if you are drunk or not based on this. Just
Well, good.
Yeah, I have to roll like a 25 to make this save, right? I don't think I can make it.
I rolled
it's-
24 and did not make
to
it.
avoid being drunk is different from to avoid like the
That's true.
Oh, the
effects.
effect. Okay.
yeah.
Oh gosh. Oh, that's a natural 20. So 20.
Oh, nice.
Sweet.
What's
You
your
are so
total
lucky.
there?
23.
All right, so Rin is not drunk. You're fine.
Yes!
You're just clanky.
Okay, I won't be playing drunk anymore. I
Yeah.
just assumed I was drunk because Red Dragon Special.
Yeah. They normally do it, but all right. So you're making your way
That's even
to
more annoying because now I'm not drunk to kind of dull it for the first part of it.
yeah, you don't get to avoid that. It's loud and yeah, you make your way to the watch station. You are going there to seek out Garen, correct? That's
Imagine if the Shadow Monk or the Rogue got that.
yeah.
So terrible.
Yeah.
Completely undermined the whole character.
Oh, he's so funny.
Like, I will hide in the shadows.
You can't see me. Tung, 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 tung.
Yeah, just like, no one will know of my presence. Grr, 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 grr.
Why are pots and pans dropping everywhere in the shadows? I've had
Oh, man.
It makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
Hey, please.
I'm out of water.
Yeah. I will say, like, that it's specifically your clothes that are clanky. So it's not like if you strip down, you'll be making lots of noise.
Yeah.
If you wear less clothes, it would make less.
Yeah. Which
Yeah.
is part of my thing because I have my cloak, my shirt, my pants, my boots, my armor.
Considerable.
I would be willing to allow some of that clothing to sit in my bag.
Yeah.
I will not judge if that just leaves the underlayers.
Yeah. Rin's just walking around in a bikini for the unforeseen future.
Metal bikini.
Just like yeah, she's just Princess Leia for a while. Like, just
And it sounds metal instead of looking metal.
All I wear is my cloak, and I make sure it's wrapped around me real tight.
yeah.
That's gonna cause way more problems than you solve.
Yeah.
I'm like trying to get up the stairs with that.
Like if you do like a shirt, you know, like that would probably help.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
I wear my
To the
cloak
police station.
and a mini dress, and that's it.
Yeah, you make your way to the watch station, and you are pretty quickly in the waiting list to speak to Garen. He's questioning some people about the recent disappearance of an important prisoner, and so he has a few minutes that you have to just kind of sit around in a waiting room.
I get a big dumb grin on my face the entire time.
How are we gonna approach this? What are we gonna tell him?
That is a good question.
You have some information on the
How'd we get the information? I'm not lying, just so you know.
Yes.
But the truth works.
Anybody else can tell the truth,
Yeah.
or anybody else can lie, but I'm not lying.
Get very cool stuff.
Yeah.
I think the truth. What did you say?
Honestly, I feel like answer enough is just to pull out Nip. Because he's already seen Nip.
This
true.
means I get to open Garen's sheet.
Yes.
Hey, we heard there was like a tunnel that goes nothing about prisoner
It was just right next to the
right there.
jail.
But we don't know where the exit of the tunnel is, do we?
That's
No.
I don't know.
And we have valuable information about the plants, the double agents. I mean,
Yeah.
you've seen you.
Yeah, you've seen them. So you know who it is, but
Did you get a good look? I forget if you actually.
Did she see through Nip or?
I don't think she got a good look at the two guards, the official guards.
Yeah, but you know that
But-
they're there. That's
yeah.
still important
Yeah,
information.
you'd have a
Yeah.
hard time picking them out, but you definitely know that there are some people in the watch that are plants for the ages.
So are we following
do we
Mouse's lead?
want to get protection?
I will say, as you are in the waiting room, Zareth, your centaur friend, the centaur DCI, walks through here and recognizes you. She comes over to speak to you, and she says, "What brings you back to the office? Shouldn't you be preparing for the game tonight?"
No, we beat the necromancer.
What's that?
We beat the necromancer.
Beat the necromancer team. We're good. Jeez,
Yeah, you beat Grok. You're fine. Like,
we're good. They're only undead. They're
It's not
slow.
good.
yeah. It's just like, we beat some zombies. We're okay to play the Chicago Bulls now.
Yeah,
Did it twice, you know.
why not?
Twice, played one.
It's all good.
Yeah. What is it that brings you here?
Mouse.
I'm like, do I wait for Mouse or do I just go for it?
Right?
Yeah.
We've been doing some investigating, and we were wondering if we could look at. We've been just like talking to people and looking around, and we're wondering if we.
Inside check!
Yeah.
Just wondering if we could look at the cell that Frederick was staying in. We heard that he gave, and we were just wondering if we could just look.
Make a deception check just to see.
Is he a guy? Girl.
Girl.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, horse.
Zareth's insight was a natural 20.
Ah, yes!
I'm just gonna say
Dice carry
right
the narrative.
now,
Love it.
she's probably gonna see through this. Because she has a good insight, if I remember correctly. Let me open
got
her sheet.
15 plus 6.
Come on.
It
Anyway.
does.
She rolled a 26 insight, so she does not.
Jeez.
Mystic Dice, you're welcome!
Man, this is a great episode for Mystic
They
Dice.
good.
Like him
But
on
yeah,
Facebook.
she definitely like sees that there is something you're not telling her. She doesn't know what you're not telling her, but she definitely can tell that there is more than meets the eye to this particular
We've been
discussion.
doing some investigating on your missing prisoner that we happened to hear about.
Because we saw the news release.
Yeah, and she kind of pulls all of you over quietly. She says, "Come with me over where there are fewer ears." Pulls you over to a quiet corner of the room And do you know something about what happened? Do you know something about the prisoner's disappearance? Because I get the strong impression that you do. I am not going to. She's just like, look, there are bigger things at stake here. She's just like, she's like, if you know more about this, I understand. We have bigger problems right now. No one's going to be thrown in a cell if you tell me the truth, because I understand who you are. I understand where you come from. I understand from what I've heard that you may have a connection to the escapee, and I also understand that you have done a great deal of service for the office, and I believe that you're a good person.
You don't know me.
Yeah, just like you can. Just like, you can be honest with me. Do you know anything about what's happened? I don't care if you were involved with it.
All I know, so Frederick grew up in the same town as me, like, and we came from a small town. So I just wanted to check up on him. And while I was looking in, I saw something. I thought I saw something. And I just wanted to look and make sure that I saw what I thought. And that was that they went through the ground. So I just wanted to check to see if I'm not stupid.
What you're suggesting is that it may not be safe for us to trust all of our officers, if I am connecting dots.
Yeah, he was with some people, including some guards, and then he just threw the ground.
Garen will definitely want to hear about this. Look, technically, at the time that Commander Orhane suddenly died, I technically outranked Garen. I don't begrudge him his promotion. He deserves it. I'm happy to remain in my current position. I respect Garen, and I believe that he is untainted. Whatever Commander Orhane was involved with, I did not trust him. I observe. I do my job. I stay out of the way of the political goings-on, for the most part. However, whatever was going on here, I can tell you this much. Commander Orhane was dirty. Commander Shieldwright may be loath to admit such a thing. He admired Osric Orhane. Or Orson Orhane, rather. Osric Orhane is his brother. Says he admired Orson Orhane, and he he respected his commander. He assumed that nothing could go wrong under the commander's watch. I had no such illusions. Whatever the case was, Commander Orhane was up to something. Perhaps this will be what we need to push Commander Shieldwright over the edge to believe as I do. What complicates it is that outside of Commander Shieldwright and perhaps Inspector Dakir, as much as I think he is unpleasant, don't care for the man, but I believe that I can trust him. Inspector Dakir, Commander Shieldwright, and perhaps Detective Inspector Teagate. I can't be certain. I don't know him as well. There are a few people in the office that I am certain I can trust. whatever is going on here, the only people I can guarantee that I can vouch for are myself, Inspector Dakir, Commander Shieldwright, Vindra. Vindra is innocent, I can guarantee as much. She's young and idealistic and has not been caught up in any of this sort of thing. And perhaps DI T-Gate, but even T-Gate I'm not certain. Be careful who you speak to while you're here. There's no way we have of knowing who is on our side and who is collecting information. You have no particular reason even to trust me other than your experience of working alongside me. However, I assure you, if you have any doubt about me, then don't tell me anything more. I don't need to know anything more. Tell the commander everything that he needs to know. If you don't trust me, speak to the commander. If you don't trust the commander, well, you're out of luck. He's probably the most trustworthy person here. But if you don't trust me or the commander, Dakir is likely the only other person here that you could speak to who would be willing to listen, willing to hear, and who would be unlikely to take your information and do unsavory things with it. I will warn you ahead of time, if you have any dealings with Inspector Dakir, he is an ass. He has always been an ass. He will always be an ass. I do not like Inspector Dakir. I respect him. I would trust him with my life or the lives of those under my command without a moment's hesitation. I will say he gets along better with his subordinates than T-Gate does. He's better liked. I don't particularly care for either of them, but I would say that between the two of them, I like T-Gate more. In any case, speak to me, speak to the commander, speak to Vindra, perhaps to Dakir and T-Gate. While you are here, if you have anything that you must say that may be incriminating, keep it close to your chest. This is a dangerous place, as long as we can assume there are outside influences.
Can I roll insight?
Sure.
I don't want to. It's such a good story, though.
Yeah.
Total of 14. Okay.
You definitely get the impression that Zareth is not lying to you, that she's being straightforward. She has pulled you aside and she's speaking quietly. She's like, none of this is showy. She is just kind of, you get the impression that she's just trying to keep things safe. That whatever ulterior motive she may have, because everyone has some kind of ulterior motives, ultimately you feel that her motives are connected to justice and to making sure that things are handled well in the watch, and that those who are guilty are actually... There are a lot of watch members that you would not get the same impression from.
Sure. Yeah.
So.
So does that mean we can look at the floor? Right over by him?
You'll have to speak to Garen about that. You're still waiting to speak to Garen.
She doesn't have the authority to just take us back there.
Yeah, she, unfortunately, that's...
He's back there?
Yeah, that's on the commander, and he will want to know. So.
Still an active crime scene.
Yeah.
So.
And I'm sorry, I have to duck out for a moment again. I'll be back.
It's all good. Man, that whole first half of that conversation, I'm like, oh, she's dirty. No! And then he started turning it around. I'm like, okay, she's... Wait, is he crafty enough to make me think that she's clean even though she's dirty? Ah! He's He's just maniacal enough. It might work.
So do all of us hear that Verdrick's in Ormir, or just
Share
I
that with us.
Told everybody.
okay?
okay. Yeah, I was gonna say it was more of Mouse and Kajazat, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I guess I just assumed that she would like, it would burst out of her mouth the moment she saw you guys.
He's an Ormer. Where's that? Oh, I'm gonna put the map in this little spot over there. Because I'm like, where's Ormir? Pop the map up in the bottom of the screen.
Yeah. I'm like, where is it?
I did the same thing and pulled it up. I'm like, oh, that's where. Oh, that's a long ways away.
No, that's not even bordering game.
Not even close.
Describe it. Where is it? I didn't pull my map up.
It is
It's
the
like
northwestern corner of the There you go,
Yeah.
right there in the.
Oh, that one.
Yeah. So it's a little ways away.
They made tracks, man.
Yeah, right. I can't wait till we can teleport.
I was thinking portals, and I was thinking about how the game has portals.
Oh, you mean like Harry Potter and the trifecta cup or whatever the heck that thing is? What is that?
Triwizard?
Triwizard. Yeah, there we go. It's like I know it's not trifecta. I don't know what I'm talking about.
That sounds cool. That's so not it.
There's a try something. Yeah, when like Harry Potter and what's his face grab onto it. Degree. Yeah. Man, see, I have no idea.
I'll be right back, you guys.
Okay. Post a picture here. Okay.
Thank you, Daniel.
Anything I can do.
Editing.
It's gonna be so much fun. I got so many ideas for this one. Yeah. Okay.
Trying to keep my voice functioning by using some of that Ninjom Pepacoa syrup that the crit roll cast actually use when they are having voice trouble. It's like a Chinese cough syrup that I've been using today anyway because I've been coughing so much, but they use it for trying to keep their voices after long sessions of voice acting. And so like maybe it will help me not sound like this while I'm trying to.
Yeah.
Tell me where the drugs are.
Yeah.
Sound like you're gargling marbles.
Christian Bale's Batman here.
Oh man.
Roll an insight check.
Yes, whatever.
Yeah.
You got it, man. Still hurt me.
Yeah.
Psychic damage to the player. Okay, so we're waiting for Garen. We're waiting for Sadie.
Yeah.
Major.
You're still just kind of hanging out.
She's in the waiting room.
After her little talk with you, Zareth probably excuses herself to go look into some things, see if she can figure anything out about this.
While we're waiting, Jesse's kind of gonna mosey on to
Going to what?
mosey over to Tamati.
Okay.
He's just gonna, I'm gonna have a lot of time, but I realized when we fought the bar guest, not never stuff like a line, Kill the thing when you had a thing, had the chance to kill it. So,
It hurt for a while, but it's all good.
to be fair, you almost killed me. So.
Yeah, I did. It was shortly after that. Yeah. No,
You didn't get
don't be
fans.
sorry.
Just want to make sure we're on good terms.
No.
That's what we're going
We're
up against.
We're square. Don't worry about it. One of the things I learned with Foway is that the people I care about matter more than revenge.
And while we're having
Don't
this
worry about
conversation, I'm going to roll a sleight of hand.
What are you going to steal from me now? I'm going to beat you senseless. You are so toast.
What are you trying to do here?
Sorry, the shoelaces again.
Okay.
Ha! joke's on you, I don't have shoelaces.
It'll be
To that effect.
it'll be opposed by perception from Tamati. So
Can't believe. 16.
22. So whatever my unseen servant can do to like minorly inconvenience.
Humiliate is the word you're looking for.
No, just like
Just a little bit of humiliation.
slightly like loosen his belt or like his sandal or
His
whatever he
pants are
wears.
fall down.
But or like you know. something
I'll
like-
allow it just because I think you've had enough time to probably, like, you haven't been doing anything actively, so you'd basically have a short rest to get your spell slot back, because you're still low enough level that you only have one spell slot as a warlock. So, I think at level 1 of warlock, do you have... Oh, you're level 2. You do have 2. Okay, so, sure. I'd forgotten that you'd leveled up to level 2 in warlock. I thought you were still level 1 in warlock for some reason.
It's just perpetuating the cycle.
We're
That's how I show I care. I'm not
yeah,
going
all
shut up.
of
It's
you
all
are
good.
level 7 right now, correct? So
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
would've-
Yes.
so
I have
you're level
5.
yeah, you're 5 monk and
I had to forego
so,
shadow step.
right. All right, I'd forgotten about that. So you do have 2 spell slots. So even if you hadn't had the chance, you'd still have them.
So I don't know.
I would have given it to you because you haven't been really doing anything in the meantime. So, but yeah. So while you're doing this, you are quietly and with with no one noticing, your unseen servant is just sort of tying Tamati's bootlaces together. And so while you're having this conversation, Tamati does not notice that things are happening.
So
have
smug over here.
Magic in the event. I got to work with what I got.
Yeah.
It's alright. It may take me another year, but you'll get something good.
So you're
Around and around and around.
yeah, you have your conversation and it concludes. You wait a little bit longer before you're called into Garen's office to go speak to him, and all of you stand up to go. Tamati stands up and tries to take a step and immediately just kind of face plants. Just like completely like just this. And
Kind of shakes everyone around.
yeah. Tamati, make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Oh, come on.
It's still early days for that werebear thing.
Oh,
It's still-
no.
Actually, really.
No. No.
17, we're good.
Yeah, you feel the urge for a moment, like you feel the rage rising in you, and you feel the beast.
My beard
beginning
stands
to
on
awaken.
end and goes back.
Yeah, like the beast begins just for a moment to awaken, and you manage to kind of bite it back, and
Push myself up.
yeah,
Dust myself off. Untie my laces.
yeah, you're not sure who's responsible for that, but
There's only 2 so far. And I just got run pretty good, so I don't know.
yeah. So you all of you make your way into Aaron's office, where he looks up from some paperwork and says, "Good to see all of you. What brings you back here? I apologize for the difficulties you faced. In particular, you, Tamati. Sounds like things have been rather rough for you, and on our watch. I apologize for the things that you've faced. I hope you will not hold us any more accountable than we already feel ourselves.
I wiped just a little bit of blood out of my nose. Like,
Yeah.
no, it's no, it's not your fault at all. No, we had some information about the break-in last night, and we want to make sure that it gets in the right hands before too much time passes. We're pretty sure that magic was involved, and as well as some other disturbing insights, revelations. Yeah.
I also would like to point out that he said break in rather than break in.
Yeah.
Any information you have to offer us would be appreciated, whatever the source. Things are tense at the moment. We are rather concerned about the fugitive's escape. We are uncertain whether it is a risk to the candidates themselves, but in any case, we're on high alert. If there's anything you can tell us, we want to know whatever it is.
You have to understand, I come from a small town. There's not a lot of us, and Frederick just happened to be from the same town. You know, we're in the same age-ish group, so I ran into him a couple times growing up. And so when I heard that he was in town, I was really surprised to find out that he was in jail, and I just wanted to just, you know, I'm curious about people that you grew up around. I'm curious what happened to them. And I was curious what happened to him, and this is the first time I was checking up on him. But when I was just looking, there was he was out of his cell, and there was some people, a couple of guards and another person, figure, and they went through a hole in the ground. Didn't they? No, they opened up.
They're going to, yeah.
Yeah. Well, they ended up disappearing, but they also, like, there was a hole in the ground that they were trying to get him through. We were wanting to check out the area to see where that led. See if it.
All right.
Looks like the city watch is on. The hooded man that Mouse referred to from last time. We lost him.
His name's Vacha.
Found him at the old safe house.
The implication that my watch is compromised is a serious one, and one that I take seriously.
That's why we want to check out the trapdoor before any accusations or anything are made. Just to verify.
There is goodwill between us for one reason or another, and so for that purpose I am going to assume that you are telling me the whole truth. I'm not convinced I'm hearing the whole truth, but I'm going to assume that it is being spoken to me one way or another. Whatever the case, this is clearly something that needs to be investigated. We need to look into this. There will be further questions, I assure you. However, at this time, I believe that it is more important that we see what's going on than that I hear 100% of what happened as it happened.
And just a quick little side note, Karen. Tamati and I, when we faced what's the
Vacha.
Bacha, when we fought Bacha, he stole hair from Tamati and I. so the Aegis are able to scry on us, except for right now because we have non-detection passed on us. But outside of the day, if you have one information from myself or Monty,
Thank you for the information. Keep yourselves covered by whatever means necessary. This is... Whoever these people are, they are dangerous. And I will admit I have heard some rumblings, one way or another, of the Aegis. It's a familiar term to me. I've had personal dealings, shall we say.
Right.
And...
Seki says hi, by the way.
What's that?
As in, Seki says hi, by the way.
That's very interesting. I haven't spoken to Seki Kuruihi in a while.
Oh, sorry, guys. That was me. Wrong one.
Look at
Alarm spell!
Yeah. You said the name!
we were being cried upon. Let's
Ajazat!
He fooled us all.
Look, whatever the specifics of the situation may be, I have the distinct impression that we're operating on the same side. And I find myself, unfortunately, very suddenly feeling very uncomfortable about the men under my command. Men and women. Well, some of the women. Zareth's fine. The day Zareth betrays the City Watch of Gate is the day that I hang myself. I guarantee you, she is more loyal than I am. But whatever the case may be, there are reasons for concern here. Perhaps there is a level of corruption under my watch that I was unaware of. And I don't like that. We're going to very quietly go and examine the hallway and see what's under the floorboards. Not exactly floorboards. You
If
have
we're
something
going to
to
go
say?
quietly, maybe I should stay.
You do seem unusually noisy. However, lots of men around the precinct wear armor of one sort or another. You will not stand out.
Okay.
Big dumb grin.
Let's go look into this. And he leads you quietly downstairs, telling his those who are handling the people waiting to speak to him to just kind of hold the line for a while. He leads you down. He makes sure no one is listening. Walks down the hallway, and he asks which one of the stones in the floor is the one in question, and as soon as it's pointed out to him, he actually, in spite of his size, he kind of surprises you. He single-handedly lifts the floor, like the stone piece of the floor out of the way, pulls it aside, and you can see that where once was a passageway, there is something. It looks like it's rather hastily been like mortared over. There's some very simple stonework, and what looks like through some cracks in it, you can see some scaffolding. And well, this does seem suspicious. and
Tamati?
recent.
Boom!
Yeah.
You know, when we swing that thing around here.
Yeah.
Not unless he told me to specifically.
Well, we could see what's on the other side. If it's just been put up, it's probably not structural.
Probably stand on it and fall through. I'm not gonna use the siege ball.
Lean on it.
Poof.
And
You probably
Garen,
drop yourself on it and have it go.
Garen kind of
Mjolnir
looks
style.
around quietly for a few moments, and he says, "It would seem that things are as you say they are." And he puts a hand up to his ear and he says, "Zareth, I'm going to need quiet along the cell blocks for a few moments. Please distract the men." He lowers his hand and he says, "I admit that there has been a level of distrust among those that report to me. I had not taken it seriously until now. I'm beginning to take it much more seriously now.
I'm sorry I had to come at this time.
Appreciated regardless of the timing. We won't be bothered. If any of you wish to do away with this
Tamati?
Okay, so what I really want to do, because I don't know how strong it is, and I have the feeling it's not super strong, so I'm gonna like just jump on it first.
Yeah.
So that way, if it breaks, I can do the goofy scream all the way down.
Yeah.
And then you
Stronger
turn
than
into a
that.
werebear and we all die.
Yeah.
That's my own doing. I'm not worried about that.
The wooden supports, you hear some creaking and buckling, but it doesn't quite break. There's a little bit of give.
Okay.
And you're still holding strong, but you can tell that this is definitely not gonna.
Hey, David, could I really quick? We're running the Frederick's just.
Yes.
Jesse's gonna nudge Mouse, and we're gonna kind of do like it would be investigation or perception, like a belonging of his or like hair, just.
It would
Something
be
for scrying purposes.
Yeah, it would be investigation. It would take you a minute. You can't really do it like without being noticed. It's like, and the cell block is open. There have been people that have been in and out of here looking around. But as a result of the people that have been looking around the scene, the DC for the investigation check will be a little harder because they may have contaminated the scene to a certain degree. You're not sure.
Okay.
Where's the shot? Yeah. Any bonus chance?
Worst
Garen,
case
do
scenario,
you
you don't
have?
hunt.
Well, and I'm going to just ask Garen. Garen, do you have any of Frederick's possessions still within here?
We have a few odd weapons,
Of Frederick's.
yes, that were taken from him when he was brought in.
We, it might be useful for us to take them to scry his actual location.
He considers for a moment and he says, under the circumstances, that may be useful.
Well, we rolled a 20.
Okay. That is just the DC you needed to actually final.
Very nice.
Nice.
Yeah, you look around the cell and you find that there's some fibers of different fabrics that have kind of been shed in here and a few hairs, but you ultimately, Mouse is able to find a few strands of hair that you recognize as being the same color as Frederick's, probably his, to a pretty certain.
Sniffing him.
You want to get that just like...
There's only one thing that smells as good as cheese.
Gonna use for Chen, not because she's trying to hide it, because she's lazy.
Okay.
I have a special ability? Heck yeah. Why not?
We got here.
Sweet. Somebody's gonna pull out a siege ball. Okay. And-
Nice. Sound effect.
I had to put it on mute so I could find something close by that would make it. Just line up and just right in the center.
Nice. So yeah, the stone and wood give way pretty easily under the siege maul's blow, and there is a good 30 or 40 seconds before you finally hear the clatter of the stones falling down below.
It's a good thing it did not break underneath me.
Yeah, you may not have survived that.
That would have hurt a lot.
Again, Tamati? Lucky you're the hostile.
I'm gonna throw you in here when you're a werebear.
Whew.
Yeah, there's a dark passageway with rather than actual wooden ladder, there like the bricks along the outside are just kind of set in such a way that they're little inlets in the brick and stone that allow you to climb down. It's pretty rough. It doesn't feel super great on the fingers, but it is navigable.
Tuesday's workout. Climbing mountains.
Is it dark in the tunnel, or?
Didn't you say it's chorus day?
That's Thursday.
Yeah.
Hey, David, is it dark in the tunnel?
Yes, it is.
Dancing lights.
No ice.
Ooh,
No.
hooray!
I'm just trying to figure out the distance here.
Mouse could just
Laughing.
float down.
Laughing hilariously as I'm crawling down the wall.
You can see the
Anybody
ladder
see Rin?
clanking
Oh wait, I
down,
still hear her.
reverberating.
Yeah, I've even left the tunnel. Like, I hate you. I hate you. I hate you.
Yeah. So are you headed down the tunnel then? Is that what you're doing right now?
Climbing down,
I was
investigate.
thinking, yeah, heading down, see which
I have
direction.
lights out to help.
Yeah. The lights only go so far. They do light up some distance beneath you, but the distance that you have to climb down to reach the bottom,
How far is it?
it is immense. You're not sure how far down the bottom is, but
Is that perfect vision for 120 feet?
yeah, that's not far enough. I will tell you that much.
Oh,
Takes 30 seconds for a rock to hit the bottom. How's that? How is math? Insert math here.
Yeah. I will save you that math because I just did that. You, as the players, at least know your characters are not aware of the fact that that means that this shaft descends around 4 1/3 miles down
Holy
before hitting the bottom. So.
Probably not a great idea.
Up.
I definitely would have died.
Yeah. You I would have given you the chance to catch yourself on.
goldfish
slightly
Yeah, right.
on the way down, but
He's slightly less dumb than Keyleth.
yeah.
Would have made for a great sound effect.
Like 30 or 40 seconds later, like
Wait, Death Ward.
yeah.
Yes. That relentless rage.
Yeah, I would have given you the chance to try to catch yourself because
Sure.
of but it would not have been a good time.
Yeah.
So
Woo! Okay, well, since we're not going down 4 miles,
you don't know how far down
It's
it is.
4 miles down.
4.5.
I mean, you, the players, know that. Your characters have no idea how far down it
It's-
is. You know it's real far down.
We're
judging
not.
from
We're
home.
not going down though, correct?
no, we're not. That's correct.
I'm gonna send Loki instead.
It's still 4 miles to fly. That's gonna take.
Yeah,
And
but I have
it's-
a 5-mile range on.
Okay.
Just throwing it.
Yeah.
Well, we have no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can just
Yeah.
snap your fingers and
Loki
bap them
in.
back. So
Loki.
yeah, you can do it with either of them. Yeah, she was saying Loki go first. So I
Yeah,
mean,
you are-
how much do we want to actually? That's so weird. I mean, why would
They've
Yeah,
been
why don't
climbing
they-
for a while.
trying to figure out their escape path on that one?
I could merge with him and see what's at the bottom.
Maybe send Loki first in case there's like some like anti-magic something.
Yeah, That
That's a
could
good
suck.
idea.
Clang clang.
Yeah, we'll just send Loki and I'll look through Loki rather than merging with him.
Okay. Yeah, it is. It's a long process. You're waiting a long time as Loki just kind of descends down and down and down and down until finally he is able to send back the information that around 4 1/3 miles down, the ladder finally ends, the shaft finally ends. It kind of goes through some natural segments that are just natural stone that look to have been either eroded away or carved away. You're not quite sure. It's a little hard to tell with the vision you have through Loki in such a speed. But eventually down there, it appears to be an opening that opens back up into the Underdark. And,
oh jeez.
it's not a very open segment of the Underdark. It's not like where the vast caverns open up. It's kind of just like a crevice down there, but you see some of the telltale glowing mushrooms and that sort of thing that you're used to associating with the Underdark. It's very cramped. It looks like there is a long dark passageway that continues in both directions. It continues somewhere maybe about like southeast and northwest, roughly. You're not quite sure, but at least at the beginning of it, those are the directions it goes.
Okay.
Man.
I'm gonna pull him
Sounds
back
like-
up and just kind of convey what I see.
Okay.
Seems like more and more of our troubles are coming from the Underdark. Or going or fleeing to the Underdark. It's like it's gonna need our attention. Perhaps. Maybe. But let's go play some Siege Ball.
You look at Garrett. Well, chew on that for a while. We're gonna go play some Siege Ball.
You have
We
a
got a
shaft
ball
to the
game to go
Underdark. Just it's a bit of a security hazard.
That's
your siege ball skills. Want to come play with us?
Right?
yeah.
Some steam.
We know you can't trust any of your men to guard or do anything, but let's go play some Siege Ball. Got
Lots
an
of
escaped
steam.
killer on the loose, but why not?
Yeah.
Kidnapped.
I'm gonna look at Mouse and say, Didn't you say that? I mean, I'm sure Garen is more anxious about where Frederick is. Like, I mean, if there's going to be an assassination attempt, it's not going to be Frederick because of where he is.
We should tell Garen that so that Frederick doesn't get in more trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, granted, he didn't
He
leave on
is.
his own accord, but
Yeah, and
I
he
mean,
is
that-
like insanely far away, so he's not a hazard anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll leave that one up to you as far as if you want to tell him or.
I think I don't know. I think Mouse would just keep her mouth shut. But like, you guys, you guys can do what you want because you guys all know. So
Well, you're part of the team, and we're like,
Yeah, we want
Mouse. We don't want to.
your.
This
Don't want to
is
betray your trust.
place. Yeah.
yeah.
This is. It means enough to you to sneak out in the middle of the night and potentially get caught up in all of this.
Yeah, I think that just Mouse is very like, like
Sure. Yeah. As a character, yeah, totally agree.
her character. But if you guys help, she'd understand.
Anyway, I'm gonna look at Garen and say, we've received word that the chances of Frederick being anywhere close to here in the next 2 weeks is probably not going to happen. So
Even
take
if
that in consideration whenever we're trying to protect the diplomat that I was trying to assassinate. It's probably not going to be his face that you see coming with a knife.
And if it is, it's probably not him.
Yeah.
I'm afraid that both simplifies and complicates things in equal measure.
Yeah.
Garen, one last thought. So it would appear that the Aegis is behind for some reason trying to assassinate Valda. What's
Who?
The
What
politician?
is the cure?
Senator, nobody cares.
Yeah.
Like Valdez or Valda or something
I
like that.
don't remember. I
I don't remember his name. 'cause he's
Literally
so-
is Senator, nobody cares.
Yeah, I don't remember his name, but
It's. I have it somewhere. Notes.
Notes. Purple party. Purple party.
Hot potato.
Oswald Coolers.
Zindra.
Shaylin Avenda.
Avenda. So
I don't think I wrote that
it
down.
looks like
Hey.
the Aegis for some reason wants Avenda out of the way. That's why they've taken out a group I was associated with, and that's why the night when Tomashi and I were captured by Volga,
Gotcha.
they tried to torture us to get us to agree to kill Leonardo?
Rin's uncle.
Yeah, no, I don't know if he knows.
No, we haven't told anybody about that one.
What about Leomar?
Oh yeah,
Nothing.
we were charged to kill Leomar, which we're not going to do. But there's a bigger conspiracy that we're not sure what's going on. Breaking out Frederick could mean that they're trying to plan something better and make it look like Frederick escaped and they're going to kill him.
The complicated thing about that is that Leomarth is a prominent framer, while Avenda is a prominent peculiar, which means that one way or another the Aegis are playing both sides. They have targets in both parties, which is not especially comforting,
But
perhaps illuminating to some degree.
They seem to have fingers in all the pies.
I don't know how much I can help, but my guess My guess would be if I was the group wanting to assassinate someone, if we break out the guy who in on trying to murder him, and then just push him. They're probably gonna go for a Venda.
It is possible. I'll assign more men to protect him, men that I feel that I can trust, preferably newer recruits that I can be reasonably assured have not been corrupted by whatever influences are present and active within my men.
And one thing
Young but talented men who will be able to do the job without likely having influence, and I will ensure that they are overseen by those that we trust, by Zareth, perhaps by Dakir.
this could be the worst idea, but because the Aegis is kind of familiar with the Emerald Wing, it might look actually more suspicious if, like, we miss. I don't know, that could be, like, the most suspicious thing.
If what now? I didn't catch
If
If we missed the game.
If we miss the game, the Aegis might kind of... like, I could be totally wrong on that, but...
Be a red flag.
Yeah. Because, I mean, I don't know how, but Volda ran into some complications trying to get Frederick, so they might get a little paranoid, and if we're not there, they might be something like that. I have no idea, but
I will leave such decisions up to you. However, if you decide to disappear and avoid the game, then we will find places, cracks in the system to establish people to watch. It's as much as we can do, really.
if we're down the hole, we're playing.
What's that?
We're going down the hole, and we're playing some Siege Ball.
Siege ball. I'm not going down that hole.
Yeah.
At least
It's a 4-mile hole. I splat like a cantaloupe.
Whatever we're doing, I'm afraid we are probably not doing it tonight. It's almost midnight.
Oh, yeah.
And probably should call it here. As like we got started a little late, so I'm sorry, you guys. But
Good.
It's all good.
Yeah.
this is awesome.
Good session.
Woo!
Nice to call it. Goodbye, Craig.
Bye, Craig.